Hello. How's it going, guys? Okay, let's get a game open. Okay, so today I've decided I want to watch Grimplex. in lots. So I don't know if the games are good. I'm just interested in seeing Grimplex because he's definitely the guy I've seen the least in 1v1, and obviously he's very good. So it's purely just my own interest that brings us to these games. He's probably the guy you guys have seen the least at the top level as well. Maybe not. But in general, he doesn't play very much ladder at all. Okay, so he's up against Arch. Arch has Aeon. Good faction to have here. The map is Turtle Rocks 10x10, so its build is pretty important here. We have 3 groups, some rocks, 2 hydrocarbons, so you can really scale very quickly. Excuse me. So let's see. I don't think, to be honest, he'll make any units out of this factory. At least he doesn't plan to right now, apparently. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't make any units. Good way to think about it is the more engineers you make in the start, the better your economy is going to be, assuming that you don't lose the NGs. Basically, you make your first land factory, which is build power, and then from that land factory you create more build power in the form of engineers to get your resources, and the reason to build tanks is to 1, defend your own engineers, and 2, to hopefully do some damage to the enemy. But if you just make engineers, that's really how you maximize your economy. So yeah, he's struggling for mass a bit. I'm a bit surprised he doesn't have these mexes. He's prioritizing the hydro first, so you can see he only has 3 pigeons. He's not going to need any pigeons for a while. He's made a bomber. Arch hasn't built the second hydro, which is worrying. He hasn't even gone for it yet, so he should probably go there. Okay, here comes first bomb. No dodge. 1 engineer down. Looks like we'll have 2 more. Yeah, no dodge. Micro attempted to ground fire underneath the bomber. It didn't work. He can still get it though. Oof, almost. I think maybe ground fire just slightly too early there or something. But the bomber was okay, but in terms of mass, I mean, Wow, it's not even close in terms of mass. Arch does have about 1,000 more mass, and he has, well, to be honest, he has almost 900 in the base. So let's see, will he make a mechs quickly? Yeah, he really needs that hydro. Should get those other engineers on there. There's a lot of expanding to do on this map, and a lot of scaling to do at the same time. You can also see Arch has a lot more power reclaimed as well. Grim not really taking the trees very much. It's a nice engineer to kill. Mass will be denied in the form of reclaim and mexes. Ooh, air will be lost though. That's a problem. Can definitely see some bombers come out for Arch now. You gotta expect that. Or a transport. Not a bad idea to transport down here. For example, there's a lot of mass and a couple of mexes. Similar story in that corner. So both ACs in mid, one very unsupported. Riplex could be in danger. I mean, even a few Aurora shooting at him, plus the ACU is potentially deadly. He's coming over to try and steal mass. It's quite brave of him to move in here. He does have tanks here, but he's unlikely to be in too much danger. But yeah, it's still a bit dangerous. The ACUs are going to trade now, and actually Arch is forced to turn off his air factory. So the air win not capitalized on. Actually, he's going to lose his air because it's landed. So forget the air win. It's air is in control of Grimplex. He's also had to pause his air. Yeah, power is hard to come by, but that's a nice Hydra he's about to get. Arch has his over on this side. Still Arch with a pretty big mass lead, but it's all in his bank, to be honest. He could start spending it. I'm surprised there's no Tech 2 mexes. I guess it's just not what Arch likes to do, but mexes are nice. Very nice, and you can definitely get away with a mex upgrade or two here. So interesting that there's no Tech. Oh, never mind. Here's Tech 2. So one thing that's I probably won't continue. I don't think he'll build these factories. It's very unusual to be adding several more factories. Like this is 1,000 mass he's about to add here in these 4 factories. Much better to just get the upgrade here and then upgrade other factories to Tech 2 after that. These factories are not actually going to be useful once you're producing Tech 2 units, so definitely I would call that an error. But yeah, there we go. You see, he cancels those. Subspace Monkey, David Bully. It's lots. Just watching Grimplex a lot because, well, I haven't. Kind of interested to see what he'll do. Oh, does Arch have the range gun now? He does. He's making speed gun. The Auroras are doing a good job for him against the strikers. Yeah, this is going to be a great fight. Yeah, Aurora is quite nasty here. Aeon in general, and with the double gun comm in the middle, that's going to be... well, it's going to be pretty difficult to deal with that. We have Tech 2 now. 2 support factories look to be upgrading. And there's Mongoose, which are a great option versus Aurora. Aurora once again showing their power here. He's just gonna attack the islands with the hover. But yeah, Grimplex under pressure here. Arch just refusing to tech in any way. No tech. Is that going to be tech to air? Wow, no, it's not. I don't understand this. I never really understand this no teching up gameplay. Like just full T1. But okay. So definitely want to start turning off, I think, some of these Tech 1 factories. Yeah, he doesn't have the mass. There we go. Recycling some Tech 1 factories to, you know, get this PD. This PD will hold the ACU at bay, hopefully. Oof. But yeah, this is a scary scenario. You would love to have a shield here to protect the engineers and the PD as well. Also to protect some mongoose which are getting bombed. Okay, Arch gonna be forced back. A lot of reclaim building in this area. Distinct lack of radar. No radars for Grimplex. It looks pretty rough for him now. But this army doing well. A lot of reclaim again there. Air is utterly lost. Arch, hello? Hello? Oh my god, is he dying here? Does he actually die? Oh my god, he does. Yeah, Tech 2 units are pretty good. I mean, you can see there is maybe 8 to 10 Tech 2 units there. All the T1 Aurora and stuff just melts immediately. And this is why I don't like this full T1 stuff. I mean, yeah, he didn't need to die at all. He could have retreated, but I mean, he also has essentially no army that can deal with T2. I mean, Aurora essentially trash versus pillars and stuff, so yeah, he didn't need to die, but he also did need to, like, transition into anything, even Tech 2 Air. You don't even need to maybe go Tech 2 Land, but I would recommend. Yeah, I mean, excellent Aeon power there, but an unsatisfying end. What is this map? Holy crap. Wow. Okay, so Grimplex here. He's got Aeon. Arch has Seraphim. We've got 3, 6, 8, 11 mexes each. This one's on a plateau. That has to be dropped. So reclaim here, reclaim on this plateau. I guess you could attack move to this. The map is, looks like 12.5k. Okay, anti first bomber. Anti-air there. And another one. Ooh. 2 anti-airs. That's not a good idea to counter first bomber, in my opinion. Second, he's making no air and going second navy. And third navy, he's building another naval factory. But why? Why? Why do you think you can get away with no air? Because you have 2 anti-airs? 3 anti-air. Holy fuck. How are you even going to get to this max with no air? Okay, Grimplex doing what is, you know, more logically sound. Making air. Making a max upgrade. Yeah. Good. Max upgrade for sure. Now he's making Navy. I mean, wow. This is crazy gameplay. Right, he's got infinite naval factories now. He should certainly win Navy anyway. That is for sure. Did the bomber even kill anything here? Oh, here's a bomber. Oh, yeah, he got that guy. Here's another bomber. Yeah, that NG's dead. 2 bombers still alive. I don't know why he doesn't need to make any inties now. He should make a transport. Okay, here we go. There's 1 frigate out, 2, 3. To be honest, I'm not sure you could even kill any mexes with frigates, which is a major downside. Here's another naval factory going up. There's no anti-air in the base. So, oh. Okay, ACU walking across to the other side as well. That's a good idea. He can just walk over here and reclaim the naval factory. I mean, if you're doing this, I would be thinking you just make Tech 2 Navy immediately. Just make Tech 2 Navy. And on Grimplex's side, just make Tech 2 Air, maybe. What a weird game. Yeah, but yeah, he already basically has enough Tech 1 Navy, I think, to secure Navy, and should basically stop making it. Maybe make engineers here, go Tech 2 Navy. Make an air factory. Just a thought, make an air factory. I mean, there's no reason not to, other than you think it's cool to not make air, I guess. Does need to move in a bit closer. You can actually kill this mechs. Possibly that one, but probably not. Could also be sending an engineer over here to steal this mechs. Okay, transport's out. He's going to take this. He could take this as well. Decent reclaim there. Now, what's Grimplex going to do? Comes out of the water. If he had OC, it'd be lovely. He could kill a couple of, well, at least 1 frigate. Still making inties. There's no need for that. Oh, an air factory. What a novelty. I mean, he's basically been stalling the whole game, by the way, on power, because he had this 1 engineer building. Barely building anything. Built an air factory, can't afford it. Navy is paused. No Tech 2 Navy. Frigate around the back. Grimplex getting a mechs and also mass. Could definitely steal this here. Arch has no way to get that mass right now. And why does he build the B-gens here and not around the factory? Crazy. So anyway, Tech 2 Air as expected and scouted as well. Okay. No problem with that, to be honest. That's a couple of naval land factories here are going to be quite annoying. I mean, even just 1 would be good. Can kill probably, well, a lot of stuff over here. Should keep denying this mechs. No reason to allow. Oh, okay. Proxy Navy in the top side. And quite an attractive energy balance as well. Okay, this stream should probably tell him that there's a factory. I mean, it might not be immediately apparent. And now actually the naval units have been shown, so Arch now can definitely deduce that there's naval production. And yeah, he's running to the corner to spot it. I think now he knows. He knows where it is. Oh no, don't take that fight. That's 3 versus 1. That's a waste of a frigate. And yeah, he hasn't switched back on his naval factories. Some reason he has tanks in his base, and now he has way too much power. And still, he's getting reclaim here, but doesn't have the mechs. It's another poor naval fight for Arch. Gonna lose that one. ACU is here to clean up these factories. I think one factory really would have been okay. 2 factories is too many. And Balance Slave, well, he doesn't have a huge amount of mass here, but he does have 3 Tech 2 mexes. He can reclaim these factories. But yeah, I was thinking maybe he could think about Tech 2 Air, but sorry, Tech 2 Navy, but I don't think so. Not quite yet. Okay, there goes those factories. There's still one Zooey here, but that will be dealt with. It won't do too much more damage. And yeah, Grimplex can get this reclaim. You can see he's... Oh, actually, it's Arch is sending his ACU, and I mean, he's being very risky now because I mean, he kind of has to go and try and steal the reclaim, but he will just get torped. 4k mass behind now. Needs to win an air fight. And going for the torp is a terrible move. GG, says Arch. He lost air. There was no hope he could ever win air back, basically. He wasn't going to win Navy either. Damn, what a weird game. A really weird game. Arch had a very strange approach. Grimplex had a pretty good reaction to it. I mean, he played more normally, just made second air, made a max. I think first bomber could have been an option here. And I think if you're that worried about getting bombed like Arch was, then logically you should probably think about making first bomber, because clearly he was afraid of getting bombed. So first bomber might have been nice. Just make second air otherwise. And yeah, upgrading mechs is pretty good because you can't really... I mean, you have to eco, I think, on this map a little bit, because there's not much damage to be done, really. Fac against drop, what do you think? I don't know what that means. What? Fac against drop. I need more information. Dropping units, or build a factory to build units there. Well, the problem with building factories there was that they were always going to get killed by the ACU, so so building the factories wasn't as good as, I'd say, dropping units. He could have just built some units at home and dropped them. But then he really didn't have much air. So that's the other side of it. Like I said, building one factory and making some units out of it would have been okay, but also Grimpex had Tech 2 Air, so it's probably not going to be worth it either. There was already too many problems for Arch at that point. Like I said, I really like doing all this other stuff didn't really make sense for his strategy. I think he should have, you know, if he was completely concerned with winning Navy, but he didn't go Tech 2 Navy, which is how he would actually do damage and win the game with Navy. So, and there was really no reason to make air so late, or not upgrade mexes, or not take all of his own mexes. I don't know, there's a lot of errors basically. His strategy was weird and also not executed properly, which is pretty fatal combination. Okay, Turbo. Extremely strong player. Okay, pretty aggressive. He's got 3 NGs only, and he's got 2 tanks and 2 Selines already. Grimplex, 5 engineers, and only 1 lab. So Grimplex will be doing well to protect his engineers, especially, say, well, these 2 guys are obviously the most vulnerable. The lab and scout will spot anything that comes through the middle, but they won't be able to beat a Tham and a Celine. Okay, that's probably the... Is that the Celine? Or is that... Yeah, that's the Celine. Okay, Tham versus... Oh, wow. Tham really... Its turret stopped it from firing at the correct speed. And this Tham over here is being very defensive, which is certainly turning out to be probably the wrong maneuver. A lot of damage on this first Tham, because its turret, yeah, you can see it can't... Ooh, we got the scout. It can't turn and also have the turret turn at the correct speed. Okay, bomber bombs the Tham. There's a bomber up here for Turbo as well, so both players have a bomber. Oh, can he save him? Holy crap, 4 HP. Just barely saves that NG, and now he'll get to the water where he'll be safe. The bomber. Oh, he dropped, but the spiky bomb is dodged. Will be good to reclaim that bomber as well, by the way. People always forget to reclaim bombers. I guess that one's in the water, but generally they have, you know, 70, 80 mass in them, so they're pretty good to reclaim if you kill them. And they generally die near to NGs as well, so that bomber got a kill here and here, so that's a pretty good bomber. Grimplex's bomber wasn't too good, honestly. So Bound Slave already pretty far across the map. Where is he off to? Very often you'll see, yeah, I guess he could have walked to here, because, I mean, that's obviously the major part of the expansion for Mexus here. He's walking to here, I guess, to try and just control this whole area and not let units past. So he'd probably build these 2 Mexes, build a factory maybe. Alternatively, he can move forward to this position before any PD can go up. It's, as you can see here, it's very common to try and get an engineer to build a PD there, which will deter, slow down attacks from the opponent. Pretty good attack here. And oh, I thought the NG was going to build these mexes, but no, he actually walked forward and died here. Is that an NG? No. Well, whatever happened, that NG didn't get to build these 3 mexes that Turbo has built. So Turbo overall just doing a better job expanding. He's got 25 mexes versus 19, and it's due to raiding from the bomber and some time kills as well. So, a bit of a deficit here for Grimplex. He's now got a naval factory. Looks like he got that a little bit later than Turbo got his naval factory. Okay, he has chosen to build a land factory here. And he's actually lost the NG over here again, has he? Yes, he has. Oof, this time got in behind and killed this NG. So these 4 mexes heavily delayed. And because he built that factory, he's also allowed this PD to go up. So it's going to cost him... He will walk in and kill this PD, but it's going to cost him... Well, let's see how much it costs him. A couple of thousand HP anyway. Definitely would be good to kill it. Yeah, he's found the angle where he can actually hit the PD without hitting the walls. So... yeah, there you go. 2,500 HP gone to kill that PD. So pretty painful. And now that he's moved here, tanks run past immediately. Good move by Turbo. Air looks completely dominant for Turbo as well. And it looks like actually that naval factory ended up way sooner. I thought the submarine was his first naval unit, but no, there's already a frigate. It's killed 2 mexes in the base. There goes a 3rd mex very soon. Aeon frigate coming in now. Gets the first few shots, so the Aeon frigate will win. Needs to keep following. Yeah, the Sarah frigate will run away and attempt to... Oh, he actually gets away, so not great. So, Grimplex, time to grab this mass. Kind of surprised he's not building the mexes. I don't know why you wouldn't build these 3 mexes here. Yeah, okay. He is thinking about it. If we look at the overall units, 50 tanks. See that very low E balance, pretty nice. About 50 tanks and 20 artillery. About the same for Grimplex minus the artillery. There's almost no artillery in his army. Transport coming up. Again, Turbo just quicker to the islands. And annoying Zooies running around the back. Haven't really seen any abuse of T1 hover from the Aeon side. You can send, for example, send an early Aurora across the map into this part of the water to deny these mexes. Expansion down here. Attack, raid in and out of the water here. You can send Aurora around here and attack the base before Navy is up. So, we haven't seen any of that, but we do see some from the Zooies. Early on, I think Aurora are better at that sort of abuse, but later it becomes easier to use the Zooies to do that. You can also send them Zooies across here into the water and kill mexes here, and even these mexes from the water, which is quite annoying. Oh, looks like Grimplex is going to lose air again. Also, his upgrade will be spotted just as it starts, which is really the worst time for it to be spotted. So there's going to be units coming forward, and if the Zooies are allowed to shoot at this ACU, he's going to absolutely have to cancel the upgrade. Engineers coming in to assist. Zooies have locked onto the ACU, and yeah, that's a cancel on that. Probably range gun upgrade. And now the units can retreat again with their mission complete. He's not here to fight the ACU, he's just here to force a cancel on the upgrade. Turbo not making an upgrade. He might be thinking about it now though. He's probably also... Wow, he's got a ton of mass. So he's got Tech 2 air, and he's all these resources. He's going to quickly dump about half of them into this P-Gen. Could do with, to be honest, even a few more NGs, but this is about enough. Even overflowing. Any Tech 2 land? I would expect some Tech 2 land as well, but he's gone for Tech 2 air. Oh yeah, okay. Submarines have gotten in, killed underwater mexes, and he's actually managed to rob a lot of water mexes as well. So just an insane amount of mexes now. 53. So he's got over 100 mass income just from Tech 1 mexes. 24. He's got over double, and that is a crushing lead. Tech 2 land for Grimplex. He's making a Tech 2 Pigeon as well, but slower than Turbo is. Turbo making TMD now to protect his base. And yeah, he's not even... Okay, he's making one mech upgrade in the water. He's winning Navy. And his ACU honestly can chill. I would definitely be thinking about Tech 2 land now, though. Just give yourself even another advantage. But maybe he can just finish the game with Nothas and gunships. Probably could send gunships to the island, clean that up. Probably make 5 Nothas and bomb the HQ. That would probably lead to a control K. But yeah, pretty devastating lead here attained by Turbo. And yeah, he's making Nothas. He's got a couple of them. Could definitely just make like 5 and kill this HQ. Could also make 5 or 10 gunships and go for the calm. Submarines in the water will deny any retreat to the water. Yeah, Nothas after the ACU might take a while because they can be dodged, but that wasn't a dodge from Grimplex. Gunships overhead. Flak not in position to protect the ACU yet. Subs waiting to kill Grimplex. Should he retreat? And there we go. That was an impressive crush from Turbo. So if you're wondering, these are games from the World Championship at the end of last year. These are some group stage games, and we're basically just featuring Grimplex. Okay, we're on this map again. Let's see if he does a different kind of build here, because obviously he played this already in the group stage, and it wasn't that great a build, honestly. So I expect him to improve. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but he definitely could have included some tree reclaim, I think. Would have helped him out in terms of resources. But I also don't know if he watched back any of these games in between, you know, his next series, so he may not have had time to do that. Or interest. So far it looks the same. Turbo. Second air here. Can definitely go second air, you can definitely go third air. Second air probably safer because you need so many engineers. You have to travel in so many directions with your engineers. And you need so much build power to construct your base because there's so many resources that that's when bombers can be very powerful, because you know, you lose 3 NGs, it could slow you down to such a degree that you really suffer for it, you know, in the next minutes. So Turbo starts walking because he is just about to stall mass, and he does not want to delay his bomber at all. Nor does he want to delay any engineers out of this factory, so don't stall mass, friends. Okay, bomber from both of them. Looks like Turbo's was fractionally faster. So let's see. First NG spotted, and there's no dodge. Uh-oh, that's 4 NGs close together. Oof. Kind of unlucky the 2 go down there. Dodge. That's a dodge. But yeah, 3 kills on this bomber is already good. And then it goes down. We have a bomber from... Oh, Turbo's dodging. That's going to be an NG and an Aurora kill. Okay. Not bad. Oh, is that a... No, not a dodge. That's another NG kill. And the bomber goes down, so... Decent bombers from both of them. We have 4... We're about to have 5 land factories. On that side, looks like Turbos has less there. Certainly behind on land factories. Good initial fight for these Thams. Aurora trying to use its range. And there's an NG running towards the water. Will it get there though? With the Celine dead, he doesn't have intel on the NG anymore. So it might actually get away, and it looks like an air fight is not going to go... Well, it looks like really it's a draw. Okay, the Thams turn around to take out the Aurora. NG needs to keep running, but yeah, it's escaped to the water, so it should be safe for now. What's up, Hank? So yeah, a lot of fights going on. No intel for the Aurora, so it's actually dying to Celine and not shooting back. So yeah, lack of scouts. There's a scout coming up now. Now they're reformed and in a good position. The constant inti battles have led to Grimplex having a very tiny air lead. Overall, we can see Grimplex behind on mass, like he was against Arch. And yeah, he's behind on reclaim. Turbo 2100 reclaim versus 1400, so that's a problem. You can see the trees are still here, there's still rocks here, so basically more NGs need to be made. These Sams are in a great position. He doesn't have intel, but still he finds a very nice NG kill. And those Sams have been, I guess they were forgotten by Turbo. He kind of allowed them to get more damage than maybe they should have. So yeah, fights going on constantly. Constant Aurora having to be, you know, backtracked. Thams dodging slightly from side to side to try and avoid some shots. Getting some kills. Looks like that NG will die. Yep. So yeah, those Thams will go down, but they've done pretty well. On the other side though, ooh, again the Thams dodging back and forth, and they crush the Aurora this time. Really good fight for this Tham army here. In the middle, both players basically just traded HP. Turbo slightly lower, but then he has the lower max HP, so very even trading there, although Turbo is the one who holds the position and will take some mexes. So right now, more mass income for Grimplex. No air production as he is Lacking the energy, presumably. Turbo taking this corner, and Grimplex walking slowly over to this corner. No transports being used right now. It can definitely be handy to, as I say, grab the corners. Even drop here. Maybe you can... Yeah, there's reclaim to grab. You could maybe get a PD up to try and secure this area. Aurora's the only T1 tank that can actually trade pretty well when you have less units. So Tech 2 Air finished for Turbo. Can clearly see favoring Tech 2 Air in these games. Tech 2 Land for Grimplex is not complete, but it will be shortly. I think well, the natural progression here is basically both players get Tech 2 P-Gen as fast as they can and then make some AC upgrades. It'll be interesting. Tech 2 Air has the potential to be very damaging and very threatening also to the ACU. Oh, here we go. This is nice. I mean, this is the kind of thing that you really need to see, is abusing factional differences. We haven't seen any Zuis travel across the water, and now we've seen one Aurora travel across the water, and it's going to do pretty good damage. I mean, we could have an Aurora here, parked here. Could have Zui's, you know, again, being actually more annoying than Auroras, honestly, but neither player really abusing those differences. We have a lot of factories, so I expect some of them to get reclaimed pretty soon, and neither player really wants to... Oh, a major air loss. Neither player really wants to make mexes here. They rather just want to fight for map control, and that's fair. I mean, this is similar to Tag Craftius in the way that basically there's mexes, there's a huge number of mexes to fight for, so it's not really a mistake to not eco here. It's you can definitely just invest more in units and try and control much more of the map. Okay, he's queued these up now again. Also, yeah, Turbo has the gun range, and he's making speed gun. Gunship's coming out, and it's really, really hard to ever win back air against Aeon, because he will just make Swifties when he needs to, presumably. Could make Inties if he wants. Map isn't so large that Swifties have a huge advantage in speed, but generally better off making Swifties when you have the chance. So the gunship's on the move. This position killed by a single Aurora. This Aurora was in the red HP. Now it's got more than it ever started with, thanks to veterancy. And also Aurora's heading to the back corner. That's going to be annoying, especially with no air control. You can't really easily use bombers, and you also don't really want to invest in bombers too much because they'll get killed, and two, you won't be making inties, which is really what you need to try and combat this air. Like, flak alone can protect you. Uh-oh, he needs to be careful here, because the gunships could come after the flak. Yep. Okay, gunships, you can see they... 3, 4 of them, there's 6 here, 4 have taken damage. But they're all still alive. Inti's coming in trying to snipe them. They fail. Not a single gunship dies here. Damn. It's looking pretty bad. This air switch seems very, very good. And there's Aurora in the back of the base now. Oh no. This Tech 2 Max surely won't last too long. No flak around. Damn, this is brutal. Okay, here's a flak coming out of the base. Gunships dropping like flies. They've already been damaged. 2 flaks out now. But the damage is severe, and actually still 3 of the 6 gunships get away. In the middle, we do have gun for Grimplex, but I feel like Turbo has been a bit AFK with his ACU, but he also has Tech 2 land. He's got really nice production here adjacent around a mechs. And he still hasn't made any Tech 2 mexes. Damn, this is brutal. If we look from Grimplex's spot, I mean, his vision is incomplete to say the least. No mass. And I mean, 6 chickens is okay, but they're really not going to have much impact on the game. I mean, how is he going to regain map control in any reasonable length of time? Look at this. A full naval Aurora army here. Just running the whole way around and going to run up the back of the base, which is... what an incredibly annoying idea. But I'm glad we've seen finally some real abuse of hover. Okay, the poor gunships have been forgotten slightly. No anti-air here, so except one inti. Gunships attacking the chickens. Can't afford to really lose any of these. And Turbo being very careful. He has many of his Tech 2 units next to his ACU. Does not want to be in a position where he is winning everywhere on the map but gets overrun through the middle and loses his commander. Uh-oh. 3 flax. Turbo honestly is fortunate that those gunships got away. He only lost 1, others were low on HP. And yeah, it feels like Grimplex has to just push, but my god, he's got some serious problems in his base. The Aurora army's arrived. This one chicken is not gonna last very long. Okay, he keeps pushing and Turbo keeps retreating. Tech 2 PD, slight panic there to just draw a line of them. Getting some engineers over to assist. Gunships coming out. That's so many gunships. The flax are not dead yet. There we go. Still many gunships left. Now the Tech 2 units are here for Turbo. And the anti-air is gone, so here is the end for Grimplex. Doesn't really get close to a draw there. You can see Turbo just control that pretty well, and I think overall played the game very nicely. Eventually made 1 mex here with perfect adjacency with his Tech 2 production. Can't believe Grimplex didn't pick Aeon, or at least veto Aeon. Yeah, Aeon really good on this map. I definitely don't want to fight Aeon here. There's just too much value for Aurora. And also, I mean, just other options as well are just so good. The gun ACU. Yeah, there's really no weakness to Aeon here, I would say. I'm not even going to do that caveat of so long as you can micro Aurora, because if you can't micro them, then it doesn't matter what faction you pick at this level. You're just not going to be good enough. Okay, let's keep going. So Grimplex is 2-0'd Arch. He's lost 2-0 to Turbo. And I think maybe it's there was a problem in map selection and faction selection in the series against Turbo. I don't know what Grimplex's best maps are, but I feel like those two maps are Turtle Rocks and Craftiest, Tide Craftiest Maximus. They're kind of similar maps, and neither of them worked for him against Turbo. So yeah, maybe that was an issue there. I think Turbo is a better player for sure, but I don't really think the skill gap should have been that large. Okay, so we got Grimplex up here, and we got this is Shen. Both UEF. We're on map gen. It looks like 12x map gen, 12.5 map gen. Got some reclaim here. Okay. Third land, first, second, third land, fourth air. We have second air, sorry, for Shantonio. Quite a lot of expansion to do. Quite a bit of mass. Almost perfectly open map. So big T1 spam is possible with the amount of mass. Big Tech 2 spam is possible. Just really spam, spam, spam. I mean, early labs. I think definitely you can make early labs on this map, especially as UEF. Because their labs are faster and cheaper, so yeah, I would definitely not be against making some early labs here. Expansion is pretty distant and therefore pretty vulnerable. And also, some of these players are damn greedy, so yeah. I think it's certainly worth. Look at this. Grimplex, I have to say, is one of the players who will actually micro Tech 1 units. I know that seems crazy. Who micros tanks? But, yes, he does. This man has some standards. So, another air factory coming up. More Tech 1 and Shen begins ecoing. Griplex, on the other hand, no ecoing right now. Not sure how. Not sure if ecoing is going to be that good. It's pretty decently early start. He also picked that map after getting crushed on it by Arch. Yeah, he was definitely struggling against Arch's Aeon. So yeah, definitely weird to end up on that map. And I guess he did pick it because it was the second map, unless, yeah, I think he picked Turtle Rocks, yeah, against Turbo. Oh, bomber. Looks like this is going to be denied. Actually, the mass will be denied as well. Yeah, the mass even gets killed. Damn. It will never be his. But he's taking nice Civ Reclaim here. Shen is not here yet. Oh, he's trying to steal the Civ Reclaim. And he's trying to get a PD up here. So yeah, Grimplex being aggressive. At this point, you want to pause your whole base here to get this PD up. Just grab, select everything with shift and pause. Because if you get the PD up, then you're going to be in a good spot. Then you just need to not get bombed, basically, before you get a factory going. And he's stealing this reclaim, so this is why I say, you know, I don't know if ecoing is the right option. There's 2 Tech 2 Mexes, but is he going to be able to hold on to his expansions? Oof. 3 of the NGs go down to a single bomb. That bomber's going to get another pass before this factory's done, that is for sure. Where's the bomber? No, it's going for this guy instead. Now that's not really recommended, to be honest. Now the factory might actually go up. PD and radar here. Factory's going up. Oh, he's ecoing pretty hard and making quite a bit of air. So is there Tech 2 land? No, Tech 2 air for Grimplex. Tech 2 Beijing coming up. ACU really isn't too valuable on a map such as this because the map is so open you can almost always just avoid the ACU. Interesting positioning of factories here. Not with adjacency or in an expansion, so to speak. So factory gets up here. He's got 2 of the mexes as well. There's nothing coming to really take this back, so Griplex is going to be basically up in expansion. Yeah, you can't push the base with the ACU on this map. Decent bomb there. This position is really vulnerable, but there's only bombers set out to attack it. Grimplex looks like he's just going to basically build up his air force for a while. He knows he can't win air at the moment. Uh-oh. Antier's going to get bombed. Yeah. But still, this position is relatively secure. There's units here. There's a factory, and he still has the 2 mexes. And right now he's fighting bombers with anti-air, and the anti-air is... Well, it's going to trade alright. Let's be honest. PD in the expansion. Bit of a safety valve, but a precaution, but maybe not the most efficient one. I mean, if we look at Grimplex, he has PD in this expansion, which is very reasonable, but not one back here. Trusts himself to protect that. PD here wouldn't go astray as he's lacking a mex. So yeah, he's gone for Janus. And he's got quite a few units, but does he have any artillery? Not a single artillery in the whole army. So the PDs will actually stop him. Air was completely different in vanilla. I think basically all the air units had way less health. But also, to be honest, I don't know that much about vanilla at all, to be honest. I didn't really play vanilla. But I think air was really completely different. Okay, PDs aren't going to protect against Janus. Neither are walls, so okay. So we have what, 1 Tech 2 Mex? Fun unit, fun game, says Shen. Referring to the Janus. First, this front base is dead now. Oh. Shen does like to complain. I'm not surprised. Okay, Janus from Shen coming out now. You can see he hasn't tried to fight air. He only has really has very few inties. Uh-oh, his base under attack. Units have snuck past. He is trying to do some damage here. He's got artillery. He can also try to run to the back, but again, the Janus. Oh, that whole army just got wiped. Jesus. Yeah, it looks really bad for Shen now. He has virtually no units. 35 tanks versus 115. And like the Shen has 35 tanks. Grimplex has 35 tanks right next to, like, not even in his furthest expansion, but the closer expansion. 35. That's Shen's whole army. And the Janus numbers are growing, and the more they grow, the harder they are to ever counter. At some point, this ACU is in danger from Janus. You can't dodge. There's a limit to how many Janus you can dodge. Okay, this army gets cleaned by Janus, and actually Shen is just going to die to Tech 1 tanks. Yeah, he's defeated by control. Okay. Yeah, so it was a good switch into. I think Grimplex had a good approach to not make eco. Again, just the configuration of the map meant that you can't actually fight for the expansions, given they're so far away and so spread out. So ecoing is very dangerous. And yeah, switching to Tech 2 Air made perfect sense. Janus, a great option because they not only can do a lot of damage, they're great against T1 spam, which is going to be the dominant. Well, it's going to be what you have to do on this map is T1 spam, and they also contribute to the air win. If they're Corsairs, for example, then, well, they're not going to be great against Tech 1. Land, they're not going to help you at all in an air fight either, so they're much more easily countered. As an example. A counter example. Okay. Alright, this is Grimplex again against Shen. So as Hank requested, we will just watch from his POV. Also, I forgot to thank Akeem for tipping €10 before, I think it was earlier today, before the stream, so thanks a lot for that. Okay, so again, I don't know why he's on this map again. Crazy. Kind of crazy to me that he would play this again, but okay. Okay, second air bomber. Oh, excuse me. Oh no! God, this is bad. This is really bad because, like, if you go second air bomber, the speed of the bomber really does matter. So it's being slowed down massively. And there's no reaction. So oof, lab from Shen. Attempted reclaim, does a little bit of damage, but the NG will go down. Another lab is spotted. No lab in this position. Kind of weird to try and sneak past here, but not attack this spot, to be honest. Okay, ACU deals with that problem. Okay, here's the bomber. First kill. 3 labs idle in the base. Well, that's not going to be a dodge. There's 2 kills for the bomber, and now the micro. 3 kills. Inti is off in no man's land. Oh, that's a good last bomb there. Oof, very nice. Labs fighting Thams and Selines. Okay. 3 versus 1. That's pretty good. Good dodging, even from close range. But ultimately, they're not going to trade well at all. You hate to see it. Okay, so the balance is okay. I mean, he shouldn't really have excess energy like that, but does have a nice low mass balance. No clicking on rocks, no, you know, no tree reclaim. There's no reason not to be reclaiming trees. Let's look at the factories here. Like, just a tech move here, and then anywhere where you can just grab trees while the engineers are idle. Instead of just parking them next to your base where they're just going to be idle, at least, you know, have them doing something. So we got tanks here. Could probably come back and go for the mechs, but instead he's going to go forward. No radars as of yet. Doesn't want to invest in that power. Also, can't really get to good enough spots to really make it worth it. Whoa. Okay. Okay, well that's disappointing. Okay, I guess Shen just got depressed because... Well, I don't even know why, to be honest. Game is pretty even. I guess because he lost the previous game to Janus. Right, okay, we'll watch some more. We'll do that single player POV again. Shen's definitely prone to quitting with no notice. So, Grimplex finished second in his group, having lost to Turbo, who finished top of his group. So, you finish second in your group, you fight against the first in a different group, and it's turned out to be Tagada. So, pretty rough draw in the playoffs. But you can't really complain, I guess. If you finish second, you're bound to get, you know, one of the top guys. So, Niflheim. 2 NGs, Lab Scout, 2 NGs, Lab Scout, 2 NGs, Lab. So there's some late ass labs here. Which, don't know if it's great. So the first NG is not going to build any mexes or anything. He's just running straight to the back to get this reclaim. This is a pretty build order heavy map. So he's going to walk over here. This, to be honest, this factory is quite expensive early on. To have a land factory up here so early. I don't know if it's good, honestly. Like, ideally on this map, you would transport to the back, but again, obviously that's a risk to make a transport early. You could get destroyed like that, but building a factory up here very early is an expensive investment. It'll pay off because there's, you know, a lot of mass here, but it might, yeah, it might not be the best option. So he doesn't go straight for this reclaim here, because if you send your first NG here, it's very likely to be, you know, hit by a lab. Like, first lab can run here and kill the first or second NG if it goes to that reclaim. So he waits until he's got 2 labs out, he's got some info, and then he goes for this reclaim. He doesn't really have enough build power on his ACU, in my opinion. Yeah, he's bringing another guy back. You can see this factory is painful. As I said, I mean, this he, you know, if you look at a factory, 2,100 power, so he spent 1,000 power on this basically. That hurts. He's also not microing his lab here, so it's idle. He could be running to the back. You can sneak past here, for example, get to these mexes. He definitely want to go to here, although this is probably protected. You can see the reclaim is disappearing. He could have gotten here sooner and denied the reclaim. Got an NG kill. Okay, he's going to protect the scout from being reclaimed. He does get the NG kill, but the mass is basically all taken, so that's not a great kill. Not a very impactful kill. You also want to be careful you don't build too many engineers on this plateau, by the way. Okay, third air. Overall, this build has not been great. Would an air factory be better? You could argue for making an air factory there. I don't think it's necessarily better. There's upsides and downsides. Downside is if you don't make a land factory here, then you're at risk of not being able to defend the next mass field from potential drops, or say a factory being built from below. Well, it's only 4 minutes. You can't be building radars 4 minutes into the game. It's not efficient. But more land scouts would be nice. Or an air scout or 2. Kind of struggle with eco. I don't get how people upgrade tech so fast. It's all about being efficient. So you want to have a low amount of mass in your bank. You want to get as much mass as you can and spend it so that you have a low amount of mass in the bank. This is a terrible fight. These kind of fights are absolutely critical. I mean, if you look at it, he has 14 tanks now. He just lost 3 and he killed 0. So instantly we have a nasty first trade for Grimplex, and he's not going to get this Hydro. A lot of mass in the bank now from him because he's gotten a huge amount of reclaim from this engineer. Must point out there's a lot of mass here to be taken as well. So right now there's actually a good mass lead for Grimplex, but it's probably just he's front loading on some of this reclaim, and he's not going to be able to turn that into units. As I would almost guarantee the Tagada has more units right now. Also, yeah, in terms of upgrading, you just need to, if you want to eco fast, then you need to prioritize mexes. That's it. Don't try and make lots of units. Just make sure you have just enough power. Spend all your mass, but don't stall. And definitely don't stall power. If you stall power, you will ruin yourself. So yeah, it's all about finding the balance, which you'll get over time. So Grimplex still with a lot of mass in the bank. No real eco upgrades at all. Okay, he's making a few units. Wants to protect the reclaim on the top side. He's heading over there now. Still has a little bit of reclaim to get. Tagada's AC has arrived in the, well, the normal position, and Tagada actually can just walk over here, take all of this reclaim, and then take this reclaim, and it's gonna be horrible. Power is fine, it's mass against me. Well, maybe you're overbuilding power then. Because, yeah, if you overbuild power, then if you, like here you can see Grimplex is not overflowing power, basically. Well, almost not. He's basically at 0. So if you're at like plus 200, then you've built too many P-gens and you could have been upgrading more mexes instead. Okay, more factories. It's going to be difficult to afford all of these for very much longer. He is going to have this boost of reclaim. Oh, Tagada is stealing reclaim here, by the way. So definitely a mistake there. Tagada is stealing reclaim here. No attempt from Grimplex to take this reclaim. At the moment, he's taking this, which is nice. No factory here means this place is very insecure, and there's also no PD or anything. And Grimplex ACU really hasn't achieved anything. PD defending the hydrocarbon. No push really possible. Gestures out, coming for Tagada's ACU. As Grimplex also wins air, it's a nice move there. Tagada didn't manage to get this reclaim, so that's an opportunity for Grimplex to get some much needed mass. And he's targeting the ACU, which, I mean, 2 gestures are going to take forever and a day to kill an ACU, so might just be better off, you know, attacking up here perhaps, raiding, or killing the units, especially something like things like Zooies would be quite vulnerable. The bottom expansion is being lost, and this is really the key portion of this map, is 6 mexes in the side expansions. Difficult to hold and secure, but if you don't hold and secure them, or at least keep denying them from your opponent as well, then you're really not going to succeed. No no artillery here, so no way past the PD. You can see it's placed very well. There's a tiny portion of the map to get through here, but that's not really usable. So PD goes down to, it's a good use of gestures there. He's going to try and keep winning air. Maybe Tagada is a bit out of position with his air there. I don't think he needed to let that happen. Decent fight from Grimplex on the side. And also a good fight here as well, it seems. Good trades, but Tagada's had many mexes on the top. But this is a really good performance from Grimplex right now. There's options here for his gestures. Could potentially go down here, try this spot, go for this mex, and maybe these mexes if they're built as well. He does have options. That anti-air means he should leave, though. He should definitely not fight that. I mean, he could go for it, honestly, with 4 gestures, but 2 of them are very low, so he could also just waste his time and his gestures by doing that. Still no radars. I said you don't need radars at 4 minutes. By 10 minutes, I would say radars would be nice. This is a good spot for a radar, by the way. Pretty well protected and gives good vision on this side of the map. So yeah, pretty aggressive, but he's got almost all of his units here. So it's not as scary as it seems. The problem is really he has never scouted. Doesn't have any air scouts. That gesture is not gonna do well here. Too many anti-air. And units streaming through the top now. Look at all of these units on the top. Really a waste of mass. 20 Tech 1 units. I do not recommend building units on repeat out of a factory on a plateau like this. And if you, yeah, just don't do it. But also make a few artillery so you can actually shoot down from the plateau. That would be a good idea. Grimplex, I would say, grab as much mass as you can and maybe find a new point of attack. He's still got gestures. People complaining gestures aren't good. They're pretty gnarly to have Tech 1 gunships, to be honest. Can he keep finding value for them though? Tagada now really taking a serious lead. He's just basically maintained this expansion for a long time. Grimplex hasn't had any of the mechs here for a long time either. Tagada has some mechs down here. And although Grimplex made some good moves, he didn't do really enough damage, nor did he regain enough map control. So he's certainly at a deficit now. And he also didn't get very much of the mass that was actually available to him, especially in this corridor here. So yeah, Tagada's really, yeah, this is scary. Tagada's got at least equal, maybe more units, and he's closer to his base. Small army gets demolished. Jester's still alive, but they haven't done anything in a little while. Yeah, Grimplex has to try and get out of here. But again, no army to secure the bottom side. This is the key, again, like I said. This whole expansion for Tagada, half of this expansion for Tagada and none for Grimplex is... You know, you can survive for a couple of minutes like that, but it's been, I mean, maybe you can survive a couple of minutes like that, but it's been a long time. Okay, he's dropping on reclaim. He's trying to get this reclaim here. He's accidentally given an assist order, which is sad. Means he's not reclaiming. And yeah, no real scouting. This map is very it is difficult to understand and difficult to play. Ooh, he needs air staging. He's got extremely damaged gestures, and yeah, I feel like the gestures were great, but ended up going pretty idle for a significant period of time when they needed to do some mad amount of lifting for this. I think a transport is needed here because these units are useless. Could make some... Uh-oh. This is what Tagada has been waiting for. Here's the air fight that wins the game. This is the crushing air fight. So yeah, Tagada was just biding his time there for the past few minutes, making sure he didn't lose too much of his expansion and rebuilding his air force to eventually win air. And with air lost, it looks pretty hopeless. So Tagada could be doing a few things here. He could be going tech to air, he could be going tech to land, he could be making gun ACU as well. Either way, he just has such a lead on mass that it doesn't really matter what he does. He could do any of those things and be in a very good position. And right now, it's hard to see an out for Grimplex. I think. Yeah, see, this is the problem on this map. You really end up with very little mass income if you haven't been ecoing. He's got 21 mass. And yeah, it's all down to these sides. Six very important mexes here. Transport coming to the top, so maybe like he can do some damage here. Like this mech should not be allowed to live, by the way. If you have one artillery here, that gets denied. You can also deny this, I think, with artillery. So yeah, I'm kind of expecting a gun ACU to appear here. Grimplex really can't afford to do anything. He just doesn't have mass. He's taking a very poor trade. Against these much larger number of THAMs. Yeah, it's at this point he's really getting overrun in all positions. That This guy just reclaimed the Zooey before it killed the PD, by the way. Okay, where's this drop going?
Commander under attack.
Tagada parks his air in Grimplex's base. Yeah, Grimplex seems like the kind of guy to just play till the end, apparently. Yeah, there we go. GG. Yeah, Tagada had tech 2. So I think that was well played by Grimplex to a point, and I mean, look, he is against Tagada, which is why I say he played well. He was doing quite well, but yeah, the gestures were great, but they are expensive, and although they did a lot, maybe they, yeah, I guess they really need to do a lot more, because there's really just, I think, initially a better build for Tagada, and more tanks for most of the game due to a better build, and then better trades early on. So yeah, score in terms of mass, Grimplex actually had slightly more mass up to 9 minutes, and then it really changes trajectory significantly. Energy wasted lower for Tagada as well. Which is pretty impressive. Kilishi, thanks for the $10 super chat. Thanks for the great cast. I learned something every time. Oh, that's good. Okay, what is this map? Map gen 10 by 10. We get crazy terrain in the middle. It's actually not a plateau, so there is a ramp up to there. Interesting. Looks like you can probably get through there as well. There's a crater in the middle that you can't walk down, I guess, which has some decent reclaim. This is an alright amount of mixes. Some trees to reclaim, quite a bit of ice chunks to reclaim, a civ base here, expansion here. This is a tournament game, yeah. This is from the World Championship. From Lots at the end of last year. Yeah, I know it's about to be March, but there you go. Okay, second land, third air. Here's the reclaiming engineer. Yeah, so on these maps you want one engineer really whose job it is early on. First or second engineer should just go and take mass reclaim. And depending on how close together the mass is and how much mass there is, usually one engineer early on is enough to support the first several factories building, 3, 4, 5 factories even. Other engineers should be building the base with the ACU. In this case, walking to the Hydron building and also expanding. You can also see there's no units yet. No land units. Here's this factory is actually going to build the first land units. The initial factory only builds engineers. And to be honest, you could even build engineers from the second factory, potentially. Wouldn't necessarily be a mistake. The thing is, the distance between the bases land-wise is huge, thanks to all this terrain in the middle. So you don't need to defend yourself early on. You should just maximize your reclaiming and expansion and building. And this is pretty good. This is a very good build, in fact, from Balance Slave, aka Grimplex. Although he is now lacking power. You can see he stopped building this factory to build a couple extra pigeons. Probably needs to build more than 2 extra pigeons though. But yeah, I guess the AC is going to move soon because resources are low. He can head towards either side, probably not the middle, but either side I would imagine, to try and secure some expansion. Staying in the main base is probably not advisable. You can see Tagada on this side has expanded much faster to the back 3 mexes, which is good. Plasma, do you just come here to complain about, like, I'm gonna be honest, this has nothing to do with what I'm doing here, and it's a little bit annoying if you keep doing that. Like, Aeolus exists. This isn't Aeolus. Okay, so Grimplex is leaving. He's paused his air, which is pretty worrying in the opening of a game. Transport might not be a bad option. See Grim? Taggart is here already. And yeah, so far we just have Tech 1 spam. We don't have any mex upgrades or land upgrades or anything like that. Bit too soon for that. An air loss. A loss of a couple of inties that were kind of out of position. So Tagada takes advantage. Let's see what the story is with reclaim. Okay, got reclaim there. Yeah, still a lot of reclaim to get, so time to maybe spread out some more NGs. Send one here, send this guy over here. And think about what's the next option. Maybe Tech 2 Air is going to be... I would expect Tech 2 Air to be the option. Okay, no PD in this expansion, so it's under threat. 2 tanks go down, and the 2 NGs will also go down, denying the factory, which is... It's quite a nice attack for Grimplex to get. See over here, he's done a shift G move order to get his mantis basically really close together, and that way they're going to trade really effectively against the Thams there as he moves in to try and secure this expansion. I would just build a PD here because it's such an exposed position. AC is also heading to support. Nothing going on in the middle, which is a little worrying maybe. But overall, this looks good from Grimplex's side. Now, if we look at this thing, which Grimplex does not have access to, obviously when he's playing, it doesn't look as good. But I mean, visually here, this looks quite good. The only problem I'd say is the middle. I mean, he's completely ignored it. There's reclaim here, there's mexes here. Maybe he doesn't realize that you can just walk up here. That might have been his mistake. Getting a good trade there as well. Thanks, Ninja. Could have killed those 2 mexes as well. But he's busy making sure he's getting good trades. So, okay, he hasn't gone for Tech 2 Air. I thought this might be a Tech 2 Air factory, but no. Also still lacking some reclaim. Still lacking a bit of mass. Not sure what Taggart is doing yet. Very little scouting in really any of these games from Grimplex. So, like, he basically scouts the base at some point, and then that's kind of it. So he knows there's no Tech 2 mexes, basically. Or he can be pretty confident, but he doesn't know what's here. He doesn't really know what's here. But because of the way he's playing, he kind of knows he's safe from, like, Tech 1 land. He can assume that he's pretty efficient, right? He's a really good player, so he's efficient enough, and he's really not ecoing or making tech upgrades, so he can assume that he should have at least as many units as his opponent or close to that. However, here's the difference that we can see. Taggart is in the middle, taking reclaim. Look, he's taking probably significantly more reclaim than Grimplex. Okay, fight up here. Hard to know who's getting a better trade there. Looks pretty even, and even fights are of questionable value when the reclaim is not secure. I do like that was some pretty good micro from Grimplex, although now it's lacking. It was good for a minute, but then he, I think, is looking at the other side of the map, microing on both sides, quite difficult. Of course, and this factory does now go Tech 2. There's a drop coming in. Hasn't been spotted yet. Grimplex is busy microing. Probably engineers, I guess. But yeah, like say this mech could have been taken, by the way, a long time ago. Taggart is stealing all of this extra reclaim in the middle. Grimplex feeling a bit threatened on the right side and doesn't seem to have enough units on the left side either. But he does have superior map control, barring this reclaim stealing in the middle. So Taggart with enough units to force this away, and that might secure him the reclaim field. And Taggart actually has the gun already, so I think Grimplex was waiting for this P-Gen to be finished before he makes his gun, but I think he actually may just die here. He's been caught and he's in range of the gun comp. He doesn't have enough units. He's being focused down by the tanks, and the AC is in range and will not allow him to get out of range. I don't think you can hide in there. I would be very surprised if you can. It's not deep enough. Oh no, Taggart actually runs out of units almost, but does not run out of health. Brutal indeed. A problem of, well, not scouting. Yeah, Taggart, when the commander disappears like that for a while, I mean, Taggart's AC wasn't being used at all, you can really assume that the gun is a likely appearance very, very soon. Seems ignoring the middle was the right call. No. I mean, Taggart got, look at this, 4k more mass from reclaim, and he didn't get this reclaim, right? Although he was going to. He didn't really get much reclaim here either, so he got extra reclaim, I would say mainly from mid. He got all this reclaim in the crater. So, and that's more than the difference between their mass total. So ignoring mid was not a good option for Grimplex. I think that was actually his fatal mistake. He also could have cleaned up a few bits of mass here, but that's not really the most important thing. And yeah, Tech 2 Air with no gun led to his death. Put his smiley, okay. Okay, 2-0 to Taggart here. Okay, UEF versus Cybran. So the two factions with no, well, two factions with no Tech 1 hover. And Cybran with no Tech 2 hover option either. So we continue watching the Balance Slave. Okay, so let's see what the build is. Any thoughts on the minimum amount of power to have for building e-storage? No. Depends on your overflow. In a team game, you can make it much sooner because your team is going to overflow power, and then you can actually, yeah, you could make a storage much sooner. In a team game, 1 versus 1, it depends on how your e-balance is, and it depends on other factors, not just your income. So let's say I'm playing a smaller map, and I see that my opponent has Tech 2 land. I should make a storage so that I can overcharge if I don't have one already. And maybe I should make 2 so that I can overcharge, get a couple overcharges off before I need to refill those storages. But you know, it's kind of expensive. That'd be 500 mass to build 2 storages, so you have to make a judgment call. Okay, so first 2 NGs, go to the hydrocarbon, grab a little bit of mass on the way, and some trees. Looks like Grimplex is going for 2 air factories here. I feel like he's definitely overflowing power. So he's built 9 Tech 1 P-Gens. Like normally in this build, or in a build on this map, you would make maybe 5 to 6 Tech 1 P-Gens, plus the Hydro, and then you have the second air factory. He's building 9, and now he's building more P-Gens before. He could just build the second air factory, I think. Jesus. Okay, he's cancelled his option. Even as he's building this air factory, he's actually was overflowing there. So questionable build in my opinion. He's done well with the mass reclaiming and stuff to actually fuel this, but now he's actually crushed for mass. So gotta reclaim this. What is this noob doing? Yeah, you try and beat him in 1v1. Time for an e-storage. Nice. Okay, Tagada also goes for 2 air factories. He has 2, 5, 7. He's about to build his 8th P-Gen. So you can see Tagada with far fewer P-Gens. His transport is under construction. So it looks like Tagada might have a transport slightly faster. And now the energy is being spent. I don't think it will be once the engineers leave the base though. So still definitely overbuilt power here in the opening, which is a bit unfortunate. Could have been a sick build, honestly, if he had just built you know, 2 or 3 less P-Gens. I think he would have been in a great position. He could have even maybe made a, well, no, he probably no point in getting a mech upgrade. Okay, so he's dropping here. He's not walking any NG across here. He's also, interestingly, walking to the same place he's dropping initially. Now, that's usually not how people do this. Normally, you walk to one side and you initially drop at the other side. That way, well, it just makes more sense that way, basically. Okay, third air factory is up. Quite nice so far. No splitting of these energies, which is a slight risk. Tagada already. Tagada actually goes for the 4 mexes first, so greed over here on this side. Grimplex being really safe. I mean, especially with the ACU coming. Building the mexes first seems to be a good idea. The inties are split now, so Tagada leaves one NG, or sorry, one NT to go after the bomber. The other inties go to fight the inties. There's the transport. These two inties, although they were outnumbered massively, have gotten insane value. How in the name of God have they gotten so much value? It's crazy. Look at this. 3 kills, 2 kills. Labs going towards the NGs. Oh, it's getting hectic now, boys. Another transport coming. Is there... Yeah, Tagada's transport... sorry, Grimplex's transport is actually still alive. Tagada... It looks like he dropped here, here. Maybe he dropped elsewhere as well to expand more quickly on this main island. Main expansion, but he didn't. It all seemed to drop here, so... Well, we'll see. Oh, Lab's getting owned. Getting reclaimed. Getting killed by Mantis now instead. Air looks lost for Grimplex. Okay, he's dropping on this side. Needs to absolutely protect against bombers, and trying to go for a proxy in that side is... Well, it seems late, but he's going to go for it. We have no eco upgrades, it seems. Do you have a naval factory, a second naval factory coming? No mechs built here. No factory to get reclaim here is maybe questionable. But the man's busy. Didn't manage to kill any of these engineers. A bomber in there would have been amazing. And now a bomber's come in and killed the NGs here. We only have 2 factories, so 2 versus 5. You do the math. That island is lost for Grimplex, that's for sure. So now he really needs to focus on his macro. You know, start dropping NGs to mexes. Drop here. Focus on getting the reclaim and going to Tech 2 Air and maybe getting a bit of eco. Yeah, 2 engineers here. See if this can do anything. He's going to scout and see what's happening. But yeah, this position is dead. Tagada can probably stop producing units now. Well, he definitely can stop producing units. And again, also just focus on his macro. But Grimplex, this is the real problem. He's just very slow expanding on this island, so he's gonna be could be in a bit of trouble. Although there's no eco for oh. The NG's got bombed. Okay, he got spotted here. So no eco for Tagada to get. We can assume he's going Tech 2 Air, to be honest, on this map. A couple of frigates out. Tech 2 Air upgrade is paused. You don't want that paused. I think I would pause the Tech 1 Air factories before I pause the Tech 2, because he really needs to get to Tech 2 Air quickly. Okay, the NG's moving out. Missing some big chunks of reclaim. And this position here is honestly maybe the most important for reclaiming. Or maybe the most dense reclaim spot. Got reclaim back here. There's reclaim all over the place. It's quite hard to catch all of it, but yeah, it's important. No, we've decided to just watch from this POV to see what a game looks like from the player's point of view. So you can see that there is a dearth of info here. These bombers are quite nice, killing engineers that are getting pretty valuable reclaim. No radar, no anti-air. The frigates should probably be, yeah, I mean, going 2 versus 1 here is good, but also he can go for, she should be trying to find the naval production, try and see how much naval production there is. Obviously, there's at least 1 factory. Don't think a player is this much zoomed out. Well, almost. Not quite, but almost. Okay, Tech 2 land in the expansion. Still no Tech 2 maxes. Tech 2 land is, sorry, Tech 2 air is up, Tech 2 pigeon is up. And he's making Janus. Okay, so found the naval production, has to run away now. He's 3 versus 2 frigates. Not really worth it to run in there and kill 5 NGs with waste 2 frigates for that, so he retreats away. Bit of a drop from Tagada, 6 Mantis, land, and try to win air, as they do. Yeah, I wouldn't be against, you know, that could be a Tech 2 radar there, especially if it was adjacent to the hydrocarbon. Okay, nice fight, 3 versus 2. And actually the low HP frigate not being targeted. Okay, more drops coming in. Surprised Sagada didn't say recycle these factories yet. Searching for more naval factories, hasn't found any. I do like to have a radar maybe like at the back of the base, because drops can come in from the back into your main base, which can be nasty. Okay, Mantis into here is, well, a mass donation. We'll see what the Riptides can do. Okay, frigates, well, wasted, we would say. Tech 2 air is confirmed now. Tech 2 mechs is confirmed as well. We don't see the air factory, but there is a torp bomber, so yeah, Tech 2 air is here. NG's in the water to reclaim any frigate wreckages. And Grimplex has also made his first 2 Tech 2 mexes. So the Janus, what is the story with the Janus? What is the idea? Because he hasn't scouted the main base. Oh, okay, so the air is parked here. We saw a lot of radar blips. Can always assume that that's the Air Force then. Okay, the main base is finally seen, and 3 Tech 2 mexes are here. Oh, airfight, airfight. This is the critical moment here. It's close, it's close. Grimplex wins it though. Janus showing some power there, honestly. But there's a shield on. Oh, the shield went down. If he had targeted the shield, he could have killed the shield there. A lot of, well, there's a few anti-airs up. Damn, he maybe missed his chance there to actually get it. It would have been very lucky for him, but yeah, now he's lost a lot of Janus, and that was a pretty aggressive move. 3 Tech 2 pigeons up now. I mean, Tagada could even think about Tech 3 air, to be honest. Drops coming in. With Tech 2 drops of Mantis, there's no PD in the main, so this position is, well, it's sort of doomed. Tech 2 land and 2 Tech 2 mexes here as well. This is a great attack by Tagada. The Janus will be sent in. Tech 2 factory goes down with a Riptide inside. That hurts. Don't think 2 Janus can one pass. They can. They won't necessarily, but I mean, the thing was he could have killed the shield and then gotten another pass and killed maybe more pigeons. Even that in itself may not have been the right option though. Even if he could have killed some pigeons there. It's just very risky to go for the main base. Okay, naval fight here. Looks pretty good for the Cybran frigates. They're much more concentrated. Riptides running in, trying to find some damage. It's actually quite a lot of Riptides. It's honestly a really big investment. And they're going in there really blind. Need some scouting. Probably just going to run into PDs up here. Oh no, PD is a bit late. Oh, it does actually finish. Wow. Okay, maybe he can kill this position. Has to replace this position here. More unfavorable trades in the Navy. And I guarantee, like, look at all this reclaim here on this side of the map from the air fights, naval fights. Tagada really has access to all of that. Okay, we're back up to a big number of Janus. I honestly wouldn't be a bad move to go Tech 3R for Tagada, in my opinion. Okay, the Riptides are actually doing a great job here. If he can kill this whole position, it's going to be nice. Can keep spreading his units around. Tech 2 factory goes down. That's nice. Now maybe Riptides can be used in conjunction with Navy, potentially, or yeah, just keep being aggressive here. Keep killing mexes. Some scouting will help a lot to decide what these Riptides need to do. Could also simply just stop making Riptides here. Try and get his eco back on track, because he is falling behind in eco. He's only got 4 Tech 2 mexes. And I mean, as you can see, Tagada has 4 here alone. He also has at least 6, maybe a 7th in the main base. So ceasing the Riptide production now that they've kind of done their job. They've killed a lot of stuff on this island. Might be time to stop making them and make eco instead, because he can't allow that to get out of control. Both players still just trying to fight for a navy. I mean, overall, the cyber frigates are just better in this particular. Well, they're just a superior unit right now in this patch. Tagada's ACU is here. Yeah, these Riptides are gonna die and ultimately turn into reclaim. They're gonna be wasted, and Tagada's taking back this position pretty quick, and he's gonna get the reclaim. And in the meantime, he's still ecoing. More Tech 2 mexes coming up, and Grimplex is just falling further behind economically. The frigate numbers are also a little bit scary. I wouldn't be surprised if Tech 2 Navy is already okay. I wouldn't be surprised if Tech 2 Navy is completed already. And we have access to this. He's tagged as 20,000 mass ahead. Oh my god. He's my frames. Oh no, he's fighting air now. Tagged is half HP. Oh, he's gonna get into the water. Look, the Janus have just crushed the air fight. Holy fuck. Can he ground fire? He can ground fire in the water. He has AoE. It's doing so little damage. He doesn't have any air scouts. He needs to ground fire in the water now. Keep ground firing. Oh, flak comes out. There's a Tech 2 factory. You hate to see it. This is kind of why I was saying I wouldn't be opposed to Tech 3 Air. Yeah, but like, it's in the name, fighter bomber. If they were just bombers, then yeah, sure. Also, it does make them far more interesting. Oh, he's flying into the flak again. Okay, deletes the factory. But Tagada's mass lead is so huge now. I really feel like that snipe had to work. Tagada now escapes. He could be anywhere at this point. It could be Probably aiming to walk all the way back into this to this base. But yeah, there's just no mass available for Grimplex now. I don't know, Arthur. Maybe. But, I mean, if he had a couple of torps ready, then he would have killed them for sure, I think. Because then he would have also been able to ground fire. Because the sonar would have showed him where the ACU is. Uh-oh. Okay, that was excessive. But yeah, the Janus numbers are decreasing and there's no mass to replace them. There's plenty of mass to replace the inties for Tagada. Yeah. Navy completely lost. The Janus lost. And, okay, he's trying to make Tech 3 Air. He just doesn't have any resources.
Commander under attack.
And that's it. Yeah, Tagada's in the main base. Quite an interesting game. That could have been a blockbuster finish there if that Janus snipe worked. But Tagada 3-0's Grimplex. Yeah, I think it's if he could have seen where the ACU is, he could have kept ground firing. But the Janus just did so little damage to the commander. I mean, he got 2 passes with like 15 Janus. And Tagada wasn't even in the red. He had like between 4,000 and 5,000 health. So, yeah, crazy. Crazy stuff. So, yeah, that's Grimplex's Lots 2022. Right, I'll be back in a minute and then I'll try and maybe find a game or two. So, yeah, BRB. Okay. Ugh. We got Grunty. Yes. Grunty on air. This map. It's pretty generic. Pretty generic. So they have a 2100, 1800, and 1700. And we have two 1800s, a 1500, 1400. What's up, Mephi? That would be the tipping. The stream elements, which is basically just PayPal. My score, this is matchmaker 4v4, so I just have a bad score on this one. I mean, a bad score compared to my other scores, I guess. What's up, Mosey? There's several different scores, actually. There's sieves here, right? I don't know what storage is. Okay, I'll build these mixes then. Ugh. Great eco balance there. Yeah, I don't want these factories. I want mass, actually. God, there's a lot of stuff to actually reclaim here. Honestly, my ACU is slow as shit reclaiming this stuff. Maybe I should be attacking it, like. Should I really build this shield? No. I cancelled those NGs, but they didn't actually get cancelled. That sucks. Okay, I'm gonna go Tech 3 land after Tech 3 max. Yeah, you see it there? Yeah, okay. Can go back then. Didn't need that PD. What should I do? Vina, ban you if you don't stop talking. Okay, I gotta stop. The Beatles. Oh. And now I'm wasting units. Damn. What a waste. So many Beatles. What should I do? I don't really know. We need Omni. Oh, we have Omni. He just has stealth, that's all. I think the monkey's on the way. Damn, stealthy. Yeah, this mega isn't building quite as fast as I hoped. Okay, monkey's here. Is it? Yeah. Maybe I should have gone for monkey myself. I'm getting stuck. There he is. Grunty had 5k mass just there. Oh, that's a monkey there. Fuck. That's terrible. I have no intel. There's so little intel, dude. It's crazy. Oh no. I hear a chicken firing. There's a mega. I don't have energy storage actually now. Nor do I have an anti-nuke. Oh shit. What's that? Monkey? Enemy monkey lord. Damn, I didn't want him to... Okay, well... Shit. Wasn't really what I wanted to happen, but okay. Oh my... Oh, he has another monkey. Fuck me. He had 2 monkeys there. That's very sad. Damn, they have a Wassa. What the fuck is going on in this game? It's terrible. What a terrible game that I am playing here. I really hate that new feature. No. Can't. No. Okay, what's there? 2 chickens. Okay. Oh, we lost the...
Strategic launch detected.
That's not good. Should have made an anti-nuke. At some point. Yeah, we're fucked. I think. It's just, I don't know. It's currently just suicides, fucking Awasas as the airplay. He just thinks that's how you use Awasas, I guess. It just fucking fucks me up. The Iwasa was terrible. I mean, I would never have built the Soul Ripper if I knew he was making Iwasa. Soul Ripper wasn't a meme move. Suiciding Iwasa into just for no reason is a meme move. That mix of grid is a mistake. No. For fuck's sake. Okay. Should probably stop losing air like that. It's really bad. So bad. No. Okay. Okay, I absolutely cancel the transport so many times at this factory, but it keeps building. Look, it just won't cancel. It's literally impossible to cancel that. Fuck me. What a waste. Damn, this guy's mad. I'm gonna go T2 Navy kind of quick. Nobody's going Tech 3 Air. Classic. I thought at the start of the game, hey, this might happen, and then forgot about it. Fuck's sake. Anyone? Anyone want to even respond to my comment? No. Okay, cool. No, not you guys. I mean my actual team. Damn, my ships are really dumb. I thought I was going to take 2, but no, I wasn't. It's just making these. Look, they're stuck. I need mass so bad. God damn it, they're so stupid, these units. Oh my god. Jesus. Lost my cruiser and my shield. Oh, I think I missed the cue by a second there. Sorry, I basically didn't say anything during that. Guess I did all my talking while casting. Walk back with the ACO. Yeah. Well, I had Tech 2, so... you know. I could certainly die to Tech 3 here, but... yeah, walking back is also dangerous. I'd probably have to drop back, really. Being in the water for a long time is very... risky. Because you're so slow. You can't really do anything if you get attacked. Yeah, I don't know if I'll get a game now. They're just Torin and Suzuki are discussing quantum field theory in the politics channel of the FAF Discord. Ah, it's hilarious. I don't think I can play 1v1 right now. My brain is a bit melted. You were banned on the FAF Discord. The only thing I could think is that somehow your account got compromised and posted spam. That can happen. That's really all I can think of. But I mean, you would know, I guess, if that happened, to be honest. Well, I assume you would. I don't really know how it works. Misclick could have been a misclick, yeah. No, you're not missing much of anything there. Don't worry. I know it's not a big deal. Yeah, not much to worry about there. Hey, match found. Build more flak. Okay, what's this gonna be now? Spammy map gen. Yeah. Oh, my slot is terrible, dude. Hello from Argentina. Are you normally in Argentina? Hello, hello. Land of silver. Oh, Grimplex. It's the break. Oh, I'm wasting time. Good shout, yeah. I shouldn't really be making a max at all. Oh well. That's a lot of units. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared because this guy he's not using his comm basically. Oh god, he could just die. Why does it go to land factory? So annoying. Come on, shoot units. I thought I was supposed to be shooting units. Where's Grimplex? He's over there. Probably think about Tech 2 land, I guess, but I don't really want to. Yes, thank you for pointing that out.
Commander under attack.
Don't send all your units over there.
Commander under attack.
Oh. Your man's PD is actually doing crazy work. Fair play. Who exploded? Okay. Is this guy calm bombing?
Commander under attack.
Uh-oh. Man's got a gun! Hello, derp. Supposed to carry, remember? Ah, I'm getting blocked to fuck by this guy. His units. I think I'd make nano as well. I'll walk forward a little bit. Okay, I can't really do that. I think we're crushing, to be honest. Although my eco is not, hasn't really improved. Where's his HQ? Damn, what a waste.
Commander under attack.
Jesus. Okay.
Commander under attack. Commander under attack. Beginning. Commander under attack.
No, what lack of micro.
Commander under attack.
Okay, Grim's dead. You think he just suicided there? On purpose? Yeah, I didn't check for TMD. I mean, I can, yeah. Didn't make a single air factory, crazy.
Commander under attack. Commander under attack. Commander under attack.
Oh god. Can't overcharge that. Oh. I think my TML hit him. No, I'm not overextending. I mean, look, there's 3 of us here, and I have nano. Like, I have full HP. I can still get one more vet. So, I'm fine. Oh, he died. Wait, when did he die? Even T3R, Derp is a beast. I didn't hit this factory. But there wasn't oh. Did this TMD save the factory? I hit this one. Okay. Nice team. Look, derp, what the fuck, dude? What a monster. I think we split the mexes in a good way, actually. I don't know if they did the same. Alright, okay, that was the last one. I will forgive him that. Okay. Cool, alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and what a holy game. Yeah, it looked like fun for you, Grimplex. Alright, see you guys. Have a good one.